I'm Jen from Big Family Little Farm. This will be one of my first vlogs, so I hope you enjoy it. Tonight for dinner, one of the things that we're going to have is stuffed meatballs, but the other thing that we have to go with it is cauliflower. My kids like cauliflower. I don't so much care for cauliflower, but this is one way that I will eat it and I thoroughly enjoy it. So we're going to make what we call mashed potato cauliflower. You start with a whole head of cauliflower, you cut it up, cut all the little brown spots off, because you know that's not good eats. And you cut up the cauliflower however it is you like it. We like it kind of small so that it's, you know, easy to mash later. Then you take your pot. What I have is a steamer pot. Real simple gadget. One of my favorite things in my kitchen. And what I will do is I will actually rinse off all of the cauliflower before I put it on the stove to steam. And I'll steam it actually in some broth. This time I will be using beef broth, but sometimes I do it in chicken. Depends on what we're eating, you know, with it. Just gives a little extra hint of flavor to the cauliflower, and you know, makes it taste good. Now, what we'll put in this once it's done steaming is we will add some butter and some salt and pepper and garlic powder and a couple other ingredients that you'll see a little later on, and then we'll whir it up in the, you know, you can do it in a blender if you have a blender. I actually like it in the mixer because I find that it leaves just enough of the chunks of cauliflower while making it real smooth. So once you've got it all cut off the head like this, you can leave it in great big chunks if you like it like that, or you can cut it smaller. It doesn't really matter. As you see here, I've got some small pieces that I'm just going to throw in there real quick. Get them out of the way. And then we'll just kind of cut these down to smaller so that they all cook in about the same time. You know, you want them reasonably to be the same size pieces, or roughly the same size, because that way they'll all steam together and you won't have, you know, cauliflower that's super mushy and cauliflower that's so hard. That wouldn't taste real good in this particular dish. So I'm just going to cut up these cauliflower florets. Now they say you can do this or something similar with broccoli, but I have a child who is allergic to broccoli, so we haven't tried that yet. But if you do, head over to the website and let me know if it's any good and how you made it. I would love to get some feedback on it. So we're just going to throw all this in the pan of the steamer basket. And once I get it all cut up, I'm just going to run it under some running water real quick. Kind of rinse off the impurities. You know, it's been sitting on a truck, been in the grocery store, no telling what kind of flies landed on it, whatever. So I'm just going to rinse it real quick over here at the sink. Kind of give it a good shake, get some of that water off. And then I'm going to set it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the pot with some water and some beef bouillon, and then put the lid on and we'll steam it up, and when it's steamed I'll show you. Alright, so what we have here is our cauliflower that's been steamed until it's nice and tender. And I've got my mixer bowl and I've got my paddle attachment. And so we're just going to put all the ingredients for the cauliflower casserole into the bowl and then whir it up in the mixer. So we dump in our cauliflower. Don't want to leave any of those florets behind. And then what we have here is half of a brick of third fat cream cheese, and it's about 4 ounces by weight. And then I've got just some shredded cheese. Now this is Colby and Jack shredded, but you can use whatever kind of cheese you like. And I'm going to put in good 2 handfuls. And what I have here are my spices. I've got black pepper, salt, garlic powder, and then dried parsley. If you have fresh parsley is perfect in this dish. Now, as far as the salt, I'm going to put about a palmful. And the garlic powder, about the same amount. A little bit less of the black pepper. And then the parsley, I'm actually going to put a handful. All right. I would just put this over here in the mixer. Fit the paddle attachment in. Forgot, half a stick of butter also goes in this dish. So we'll throw in a half a stick of butter. And since the cauliflower is still warm, that butter will start to melt a little bit, but I'm actually going to cut it up a little bit, make it go a little bit faster. Just a few pats, you know. Then we just mix it up until it's all mixed together and the butter and the sour cream are melted. Alright, so we've got it good mixed up. Just going to lower the bowl. And what you see here is a real long, narrow pan. And it's perfect for this dish because it allows the cauliflower to be nice and narrow in the pan. Now I'm just going to spray it with a little of the no stick olive oil spray. Because once you bake this up, the cheese gets nice and melty and it has a tendency to stick. So I'm going to pull the paddle out of here and just scrape all this goodness off because we don't want to leave that on the paddle. We want that in the dish. That'll be a lovely snack for a dog. So we're going to scrape this on into this pan. And I'm going to kind of spread it out so that it's evenly distributed in the pan. And then, because there's no such thing as too much cheese, we're going to top it with a little of that shredded cognac that we had earlier. We're just going to give it a little spread to make it all even. Alright, so as you can see, we've spread it out so that it's even. We'll take a little more of that cheese and just sprinkle it right over the top. Because you know what? There's nothing better than cheese. Nothing at all, I don't think. And this has several different kinds of cheese in it. I have been known to mix in some Parmesan or some Reggiano, you know, whatever kind of cheese you like. This can taste a whole bunch of different ways. You can also add onion if you want to, but we'll have enough onion in this particular meal. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the oven at 375. We're going to bake it until the cheese is all melty and bubbly and golden delicious on top, and then we'll serve it. Alright, so it's been about 15 or 20 minutes, and what we have here is bubbly, melty cauliflower mashed potatoes. You'll find this recipe and pictures on my blog. Enjoy!